Kilted
balls.
balls.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I loved it. All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Kilted Balls podcast. Hopefully, you've been having a great week.
Yes.
Having some coffee here. It's a little chilly in here for me. I don't know what the
Uh-oh.
temperature is, but I was feeling a little cold, so a little coffee will do ya.
Yeah.
So we took a little trip this last weekend. It was very nice.
How was it? I'm very excited to hear about it.
It was a great trip. We went up to the island, Mackinac Island. For those of you not from Michigan, Mackinac Island is a super cool, beautiful place. And it is, I don't want to say it's rustic. That gives the wrong meaning. But there's like no automobiles allowed on the island. So it's all bikes and horse-drawn carriages. They've got a big fort there that's a little old-timey, but like everything's modern. So I don't want to
everything else, you have everything you need.
Yeah, it's everything, but you have to walk everywhere, ride a bike, or take horses or carriages. Like they have people who they have big, huge horse-drawn trailers that take your luggage to places. You know, you have to take a ferry to get there.
You stayed on it.
Yeah, I stayed on it for like 2 or 3 days.
That's awesome. I've never actually stayed there. I've always stayed across the water and just taken the boat over.
I've stayed there a few times.
Okay.
Like if
remember, I wasn't rich when I was living in Michigan.
It is a little expensive on the island because everything has to be shipped in.
Yeah, exactly.
Like every cocktail you get there is, minimum $15-16. Right? Which I thought wasn't that bad, actually.
Yeah, it's like if you're uptown Charlotte, it's the same idea.
Every meal was like $20. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it is, right? Like, I'm like, you guys forgot to raise your prices. Like, you think you're gouging us, and now it's the normal. So
yeah, they're not getting their updates. Well, that's like we went to Lake Lure in the mountains of North Carolina. So last year, this time is when they were hit by that big hurricane. And there's some places are still there, like at Chimney Rock and stuff. But I think they're trying to get each person to rebuild everything. So, like, I saw a stocking hat. It was cool. It almost looked like a beholder, but it was like different colors and stuff. And I was like, this is fun. And it was $65. And I was like, I mean, it's cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
But not $65 cool.
But not 65. Well, I bought us an experience while we were there, and I think it was worth it. Like, you know us, we're always about experiences anyway.
Yeah.
But it was a cocktail experience where they taught you how to make 4 cocktails. And
that'd be cool.
Right? And
I've
they
seen
would
things like
teach you, and you would drink it, and it'd be all good. And I'm like, 4 cocktails, $25 each? Yeah. Like, that seems like a good deal. And it actually was, so I don't want to undersell it. It was a fantastic time. But they made a double every time, and they split it among 8 people.
So wait. Oh wait, the drink you had to share between 8 people?
But it was a double. You shared it among 8.
And it was $100 for 4 drinks?
No, 25 each person for the whole experience.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying. Okay, I misunderstood.
Like at the time, I'm like, why would people not do this? I'm like, this is I'm gonna get 4 drinks for $25.
Yeah,
sweet. Nope.
That's hilarious. So yeah, the experience would have been amazing, and so the $25, and you get basically 2 drinks.
Yeah. So basically, we stayed at a resort there. So there's 2 resorts, I think, on the island, and we've stayed in the big one before. The military had me up once, and I got to stay at the nice one. I might have stayed there another time too, and it's the nice one. I'm putting nice in quotes. I don't know if it's that nice. Like, I've been there and I've been like, cool, but it's considered the nice one because you can't be on the porch unless you're dressed in a shirt and tie and like it's
Mm-hmm.
super super formal. But
Yes.
like it's from built in the 1800s, so the rooms are little. There's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's weird. So I'm like, it's nice, but is it nice? So we stayed at
Mm-hmm.
another place, and it was, I thought, really nice, but it was big. Like it was huge resort. And these aren't like
Okay.
fenced in resorts, right? But
Yeah.
they're pretty big places. And so we go to the thing, and it's 8 of us, like I said, and the lady who is running it is actually their beverage manager. So like
Okay.
she's the one who decides what stuff comes in, what drinks they serve. People are like whining and dining her all the time to get
Mm-hmm.
her, to get her to carry their whiskeys or wines or
Yeah.
whatever. So kind of a big deal, I think.
Yep.
I thought it was awesome that we had her. And we sit down and she starts to go. Her mom is sitting next to me. And it was her mom and her aunt. And so that was pretty funny. But anyway, let me share with you these cocktails
Yeah.
because I think you might enjoy it, or our listeners might. So the first one they made was a Denny's margarita, and they gave us these cards to keep. Is it backwards for you,
Okay.
or can you read it?
Nope. It looks perfect.
Yeah. So this one
Okay. Yeah,
was,
that's a good margarita. You use a Grand Marnier instead of a triple sec.
and
That's a good margarita.
that's a good margarita. Yeah, it was pretty good. Everything was fresh, like fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice.
That's awesome.
She used agave syrup, and like,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "What do you guys think?" We're like, "How could it be bad?" Like
Yeah, I missed the tequila that they put in it, but I caught the Grand Marnier. But
Espolon,
at that point,
Espolon
okay,
tequila.
okay,
So it was good. We're just like, okay. So
yeah,
she made it. She's talking through like how she does it, and she's doing all the thing, and so we all get that, and it was fantastic.
mm-hmm.
And then this one, Amy didn't really like, but I liked it, and it inspired me to make the drink I had today. This is a
Oh,
pecan
nice.
old fashioned.
Okay,
So pecan
nice.
old fashioned, and
That sounds. I love old fashions.
yeah, and it had like all of these candied pecans on it, like that was part of it. So it's super
Mm-hmm.
yummy. So today I made myself an old fashioned, and I took one of my, because people have old fashions around here all the time, but like they always look fancy or complicated or whatever. And so after this one, I'm like, that doesn't seem that complicated. So I like researched it, and I'm like, that is not that complicated. And
No.
so I did it. I got some of my good liquor. I had bought some bitters. I had,
Mm-hmm.
instead of using sugar for the old fashioned, I used elderflower liquor. What do you call that? Saint Germain. Saint Germain.
Okay.
I
Okay.
used that instead of water. So I put sugar in still, but I used that instead of the water. And it turned
Yeah,
out really good. And I was like,
that's
oh,
awesome.
I'm like, that is nice. I didn't have orange for it, but yeah, that one was good. A lot of
That one
people
looks good. Girl,
weren't
I mean,
whiskey
I can
drinkers.
say not necessarily girls, but I don't know a lot of women who really love old fashions. It doesn't tend to be a drink that appeals to
Yeah, it's
the
weird.
fair
Rick and
sex.
Aaron always drink them. Like they were on
Okay.
the thing, they always were. Now this one I thought was good. I've had something similar to this. This is a lilac bee's knees.
Oh, I bet you that'd be awesome.
It
Oh
was
yeah,
it was so
the
good.
lavender honey. Oh yeah,
Yes.
that lavender honey syrup looks amazing.
It was lavender honey syrup, which I would have made some today, but I couldn't find lavender honey syrup. But it has Empress 1908 Indigo Gin. So when you
Mhm.
get the gin, it's purple.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like Fowlerville purple. Like it's dark purple. And then you put in
Empress
the
Indigo Gin.
yeah, and then you put in the lemon juice and it kind of
Uh huh.
turns reddish.
Uh huh.
And then you add in the lavender honey syrup and it kind of goes back to purplish. But
That's interesting.
like you know, the wife and I we like bee's knees anyway, but you add the
Yeah,
lavender with this and the
that would be
purple.
super good.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Oh, there. I have to make sure. Oh, that's awesome. I'd have some of that just for my bar, just to have it.
Right? Just to have it there. A lot of these were like the prettiest bottles. And I'm like, these are
I bet
amazing.
you, because I love gin anyways.
Yes.
Just a sip of gin. So I bet you. I wonder how that would taste like normal.
It was so good. So I don't know how it tastes normal.
That's cool. I bet you it's great. Oh, they have like some different drinks on their website. I'll have to take a
It
look
was
at it.
super refreshing. So people, if you get a chance to have a lilac bee's knees, we like bee's knees to begin with, but we like that. And then this one, I think, was our favorite. This is called A Ship Has Sailed.
Okay. So almost like a oh, my brain stopped working.
I don't know. But it's super good. And here's the thing about it. First off, it's you're using cucumber vodka. You've muddled some cucumbers, and then you're putting some elderflower liquor and some lemon juice and stuff on it. And it
Hmm.
is the most cucumbery drink I've ever had. Like,
You're like, does someone put some cucumber water in here?
like I made some yesterday because we just loved it. So I went and got the
Uh-huh.
stuff and made it yesterday. And like one of our girls tried it, and she's like, "Things say they're cucumbery, and then you try them, and you're like, yeah, I'm not sure if that's really cucumber." She's like, "You can like smell this from across the room," and I'm like, "Yeah."
That's awesome.
Like when you muddle a cucumber, you get all of
Yeah.
that. And so,
Hmm.
what I think really makes this drink is once you've made it, you fill your cup with soda water.
Oh, that'd be
And
awesome.
so it's all fizzy and it's just super light and refreshing. I'm like, this is like it says a ship has sailed. Like I'm like, you sit around poolside drinking this. Like, like that's what this one is for. And
Hmm.
we really enjoyed all of them. The cards they gave us, she signed like my wife was like, "Can you sign our card for us?" And so she like signed
That's
the card
cool.
for her. But then we want like they gave us like I said it was just like a little bit, and so we wanted more, and so like that night when we went out to eat, I got an old fashioned, and it was
Hmm.
fine. It was good. It wasn't quite as good as this, and she really wanted that one, but like most of the places didn't have it, and so we got something else, and it was fine. But so we were like, we're gonna go to the actual bar at the resort when we have dinner. We're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
order one of these, and so we ordered our dinner. We ordered one, and here's the thing: what we liked about all of these is all of them were tart and they weren't sweet. So
Hmm.
they were super tart and sourish and no sweetness. They were kind of dry, and it was so good. So she orders one. This
And
is
the master
the
was making them.
and it wasn't her making them. It was like some bartender. And we get them and we're like, oh, great. We might as well be drinking syrup. Like,
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
I'm
I didn't
like,
mean to give that away. If you guys didn't catch that before I said it, uh, I do that sometimes. I realize where a story is going, and I blurt it out or
so
start
yeah.
laughing.
So when we came home, I
Oh
had to make it because
yeah.
I'm like, that person did not follow the recipe. And she's like, no, she works in the food industry. She's like, these darn bartenders, they're like, I know what's best, and they don't measure, they just pour. She goes,
Hmm.
or they're like, listen, I really like things sweet, so I'm gonna double the simple syrup or whatever. She goes, instead of following the freaking recipe, which is what you expect. And so that was like a great example because we're
Yeah.
expecting a nice, refreshing tart drink, and instead it was like drinking a pop, which is not at all the experience we wanted. If I wanted a
Yeah.
Sprite, I would have ordered a Sprite.
Save $20.
I know. I'm like, gosh darn it. So yeah, we went out, bought all the stuff, and made
That's
it.
cool.
So yeah, it was
That's
good.
awesome.
So it was a good experience. Well worth the $25 because I've already spent easily 100 on all of the supplies. So
Yeah. So you can do what you want.
I can do it
Make
without.
it. You can follow that recipe. I think we've had talks about that, following recipes, follow directions.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so something fun for me. I'm only 2 days in, but it's something I've thought about for a while, and I think we've talked about it on here. but getting messages from my future self.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
I've been posting them. I did a Kilted Balls short for us, and on my first day. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, and they're really fun. It's cool. It's just something to look at. Mostly, it's just obviously like just good advice in general.
Yes, yes.
But it's just kind of cool.
And this is from Nova.
From Nova.
I was thinking,
Yeah,
as long as you have it, like where it's you, like it knows you, I think it's like really worthwhile.
Yeah. Although I post them because someone else might look at it and say, "Oh, I like this." Because even like the baby steps from the first day, that's something that we talk about all the time. Just do something every day. But yeah. So my prompt was I've always I've always pictured myself living to 120 and so a message from my 120-year-old self to my modern day self.
Nice.
What would that look like? So
and was it amazing?
Keep an eye out for those if you want some fun, like just pick me ups or.
I read the one on Facebook and I thought it was super good. So
yeah.
Speaking of, not our future self, but living to 120 and all of that stuff, I have a great story to share. I've been so excited. Since Sunday when I was camping, I got a text message and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the podcast. And then we had to delay recording and it made me so sad. But I'm
the reason we didn't record last night, people, is because I had no electricity. Everyone went to bed early. I waited a bit until like it was past start recording time and I just went to sleep. Like I was asleep before 9 o'clock.
That's amazing and probably good.
But I got up at 4:30. So
maybe that's not as good. So I think one of my daughters was listening to our podcast, which is funny because they were all like on vacation for fall break as well, just not with me. But anyway, she had a moment where stuff we'd talked about on the show resonated with her. And, and she wrote me like a paragraph, right? Mm-hmm. But I was like, oh my gosh, that explains this. That explains this.
Who did you say it was, or did you not say?
I did not say. I just said my daughter.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, I didn't hear you. I thought you said somebody. So go ahead.
We have talked a lot, and especially recently, about manifesting and throwing out there what you want, and it's probably been the theme of the last 2-3 episodes, right? Like, when you get down to it, and last time I was talking about how, like, the Bible talks about it over and over, and people don't, like, seem to be grasping that's what's happening.
It came up on, like, 2 or 3 things this last week that I was listening to. I was laughing.
Oh, my God.
I was like, because Bashar was even like, and Jesus said, it's your belief. It wasn't him.
I think Bashar listens. I think he listens to the podcast. I seriously do, because all the time he's quoting us. So I just think it's crazy.
Must have been a brand new episode.
So my daughter wrote me, and she was like, "I got a ring that's supposed to take away aches and pains." And she's, you've seen those, right? We've worked a lot of trade shows. We've seen a lot of that kind of junk, the copper stuff, all the things, the penagizers, whatever.
All permission slips.
And she said she was listening to the podcast and thinking about us. And she goes, and all of a sudden it clicked in my mind that the objects are just focal points for manifestation. She goes, so like a green wallet in maybe China is thought to bring wealth and fortune, but really it's just you manifesting through that object. So related to your desire. So every time you see it, you're thinking and manifesting that thing. And she goes, just wanted to share with you guys that. And I said, oh my gosh, that's how the placebo effect works. Like the placebo effect, and we talked about this way back in the early days of the pod. There's been study after study that's confirmed the placebo effect.
Yes.
So the placebo effect is like a real thing. A sugar pill has almost as good of results as the drug.
And that's scientifically proven.
Yes. And it's because people believe it's working, and so it works, even if it's not real. And I'm like, My mind was like blown. I was like, oh my gosh, it's the placebo effect. That's what does it. You believe you feel better, so you feel better. Like,
Hmm.
we've talked about
Yep.
that so much. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And she just nailed it. Like, when you get that ring that takes away aches and pains,
Hmm.
it's not the ring doing it, it's you
Yeah.
manifesting it through the ring, using the ring as your focal point. And I was like, oh my, I've always thought, my daughters are wise. Like,
Hmm.
they'll say stuff, and I'm like,
That's pretty awesome.
right? I'm always like, oh my gosh, you're like so intelligent. Not
So much
intelligent,
smarter than we
wise.
were at that
Oh
age.
my gosh. And they do something like that, and I'm like, cripe. It took me until I was like 30, 35 before I started saying, oh, it's just because you believe it that it works. And then
Yeah.
now I've come around to, oh, it's because you're manifesting it, right? Your
Hmm.
belief is the
Yeah.
manifestation.
The mind is so powerful.
Like, it's not the ring,
Right?
people. Like, that's the one thing I always, and you and I would get into those arguments. I'd be like, this thing does not do that. Like, that thing, it's literally impossible for that thing to do that, to have that
Hmm.
effect. But manifestation, you can
Yeah.
do.
Well, there's it even like, and I don't think I think I read the book like when I was in Florida. It would have come across my path. I don't think it was when I was still in Michigan. But there's a whole book where a guy is talking about just like speaking kindly to your water and like just the like taking like he did tests where he like took water and like put some water over here and like spread it out so it froze so you can like look at it
Mm.
and then like spoke kind words, I love you, blah blah blah, whatever, and then poured the same water like the rest of it over here and then froze the both of them. And this one was like all these beautiful designs and this one was like all ratty and like messed up, like just weird, or like speak negative to this one. It's a pretty, I can't remember the book now.
I
I
think
was
we should
looking at
do
it.
it. I think we should do it.
I don't think it's on my shelf, but I'll remember what that is and I'll post it for the people.
If I have a chance to do something like that, I'm for sure going to test that.
Do it.
I have a lot of equipment, so maybe I can get something
Yeah.
where I can do that. That would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that idea. Because they've done that with plants too, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Plants know when you love them. Oh, darn it. I didn't click this.
So yeah. So anyway, that was my big story. I was like, oh my gosh. It was like eye opening to me, and my mind was blown.
That's super awesome. The hidden messages of water, Masaru Emoto,
Nice.
if anyone's wondering.
I'm
Or is
excited.
it? I guess he did the miracle of water too. I don't know which one I read. I don't. One's. I'm sure one's newer, but it's the same guy. I wrote both of them.
But either way, it was good and it was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I remember it being really cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I often think that a lot. Like, I used to think, I mean, I still think this, right? But I
Mhm.
used to think, because I didn't know the science, that it was my belief that coffee calmed me down that made coffee calm me down. Like, originally, I was like, I think it's more because I think it happens more
Yeah.
than what's real. And then I found out the science actually was that it was calming me down.
It works both ways.
I was like, well, good to know. Good to know.
The
Right?
science
Well,
works.
because you
Oh,
probably remember, and listeners, you don't. So a little bit of ballbuster lore for you. When we were in college, like everybody drank coffee, right? They were trying to stay awake. They were burning the candle at both ends, blah, blah, blah. I never did. I didn't like coffee. Like, I didn't like going to coffee shops. I didn't like making coffee. I didn't like drinking coffee. And the reason why was because I didn't like that it made me lethargic. Like, I didn't like the feeling of it slowing me down, which
yeah.
is also part of the reason. Like, people are probably like, well, then why would you drink alcohol? I didn't. Like, I didn't drink alcohol either. I didn't like things that affected me. Like, I wanted just me to affect me. And so I wouldn't drink coffee and I wouldn't drink alcohol. I wouldn't smoke things because I liked this unfiltered. Same reason why I don't do anything with my hair or get tattoos or any, like, I want everything unfiltered, more or less at the time, right? So like way back then, that's
Yeah.
just how I was. And then I still remember it was like early in my professional career. I grabbed some coffee. I forget what reason. I think I was thirsty and that's all that was there, right? I think it was like $20 for, a bottled water or the coffee's free.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shit, I'll just drink coffee. And I remember I like took over a conference once. Like, they're like, does anybody know this? I'm like, yeah, I know it. And they're like, whoa. They're like, well, let's try to solve this problem, everybody. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And they're like, and the guy next to me is like, have you seen all these before? I'm like, no, they're just like stupid obvious. Right? And it's like a conference of like, hundreds of people. And I'm just like, eh. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's the coffee. Like it's giving me like uber focus.
Mm-hmm.
And so
well, Ritalin it's a just the word just left me.
Stimulant.
Stimulant. That's it.
Yes, yeah. It is. Well, and that's the thing with like coffee originally, like when they made it, it wasn't to get you awake; it was to help you focus.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then people realized caffeine kept them awake, and gave them jitters and.
Yeah. Because they were working in the factories, and if they weren't focused, you lose an arm or a body or just whatever. So
it's kind of an important thing. Though we have also found, this will be maybe interesting to you or not, we've been having some talks lately that if you are drinking good, well-prepared coffee, not like from your drip machine, not from your local McDonald's, whatever. Like if you're doing it really correctly and right, you don't get a lot of the side effects from coffee.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like if when I drank French press, I could drink a whole thing of French press and not have any sort of jitters or anything.
No. Well, like this coffee right now, like me, I nowadays I love my coffee, right? Mm-hmm. So like this is really good coffee, and so like I can drink it right now and I'll have no trouble. I don't normally have trouble going to sleep anyway, but like I get like zero of the negatives that you would normally get. So
yeah. Well, I have a question for you, but before I do, I'm gonna answer the question myself. So we haven't talked about it, but it's a person who we have talked about in our past because he writes such amazing, thought-provoking books. Talking about Dan Brown.
Okay.
He's got a new book, The Secret of Secrets, and it's about human consciousness. And so far, it is amazing.
Really?
and he has the disclaimer at the beginning, like all the factions I'm talking about are all real. Like all the businesses are real. Like so.
That's how all of his books are.
Yeah. So so far it's really, really good. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm listening to it. And did you end up reading anything this weekend? I know we were talking about it. You were looking at a couple different books.
So I did not read anything but the book I'm still reading because I'm kind of caught. I'm in a bad spot right now.
Uh-oh.
So I'm reading the final Robert Jordan book. I've only read it once before. Right? Uh-huh. So a lot of it still feels new. Like I'm like, wait a second. I thought this happened like 2 books ago and it never happened. Or like there's a thing right now where I'm like, wait.
That happened to me the second time I went through it.
I'm like, I thought this happened and it never happened. It never happened. I totally made it up. Uh-huh. And so I'm like going through it. But the other part is, I don't know when I started reading these again, right? Maybe a year ago? Yeah. Like, I can't remember. But I don't want it to end. Like, I thoroughly enjoy the book and these characters. Just like I did the first time. And I'm like, I don't want this to be finished. So I'm, like, seriously, like, savoring it. Like, I read, like, a chapter at a time. And as soon as I start getting tired, like, even halfway through a chapter, I'm like, nope, I'm done. Like, I want to enjoy it. Right. And so, so I read it a little bit on vacation and I've been reading it at night, and I did like I think I put a hold on a couple of books, but I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
Except at the hotel they had like this little library by
Mm-hmm.
hotel, but at the resort, and two fireplaces there, and we're like,
Oh
we
yeah.
have to at least read here, like for a
Mm-hmm.
little bit by a fireplace. And so we went and picked out books, and the book I picked out was Modern Chemistry. I want to say it was written in the 60s,
Oh
maybe.
wow.
It was by the same publisher of the textbooks that I used to teach out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And probably the textbooks we had, like, we're probably on the 100th edition of Modern Chemistry. And this was one
Mm-hmm.
of the, like, third or fourth editions.
Oh
And
wow.
so I'm just reading it, and it's so interesting because of things like that they thought might happen or have happened, and how much like what we do now is still the same as what we did then,
Yeah.
right? But then there's other things like, yeah, we've discovered 100 elements, and there's speculation that we could get up to 117 or 137, but most people think the limit is like 112 and that we won't be able to get past that limit,
Mm-hmm.
which we've made them pass that limit, right? Like, but it's stuff like that that you're like, oh my gosh, that's so interesting. And you're talking about like pre-moon and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's like there's stuff in there that's really interesting to chemistry people like me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I read it for probably like an hour, sitting there by the fireplace, and it's like somebody's old textbook, and I'm just like
Just a little light reading.
a little like reading in chemistry.
That's.
So it was super fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
I kept like reading it out loud. I'd be like, honey, stop what you're doing. Listen to this paragraph. And I'd like read the paragraph out loud. I'm sure people thought I was like insane. But it would be, but back then they cared about the writing. It wasn't just trying to cram information. It was like a narrative. And so it was like
Yeah.
written really well and nice. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
It's awesome.
yeah, it was pretty cool. And so I've decided that, and I think I already started this summer. I'm going to have to look and find where I put one. But I've decided I'm going to start collecting old chemistry/science textbooks,
There you go.
and like make a library of old ones, especially ones that people have used and put footnotes in, because this one was used with footnotes.
Oh, nice.
And like
That's
seeing
awesome.
how they wrote was just like so cool, like how they made their twos and their threes, because it's different than how we do it. So,
Yeah.
even though it's American and it was only 50 or 60 years ago, you know
Yeah. They cared a
still,
little more.
they did, and they were like so particular. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was cool. So yeah,
That's
that
super
was my
awesome.
reading.
There you go. Okay, I'll let that slide then.
But Dan Brown apparently is the next one.
Yeah, it's. I've been. I saw it when it came out. I just happened to be in Barnes and Noble. I was like, oh crap! I didn't like. I just totally missed it
Mm-hmm.
that it was happening. But I was like, okay, I need to listen to that. And then finally, it worked out where I just got it. And once I heard what it was about, I was just like, oh my gosh! And because I waited till I started listening to it, and when he's talking about the
Nice.
stuff, I was just like,
Well, I'm
oh my
super
gosh.
excited. I like Dan Brown, so
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
his stuff is
I mean,
pretty
he's been
cool.
yeah, we've had a lot of talks about his other books. I can
Mm-hmm.
remember
Oh
different
yeah,
conversations. So
it's super good. Well, people, we are gonna wrap it up. I'm falling down in my chair apparently, so I'll sit back
oh
up. But we need to, I think, wrap it. I think it was a good
yeah,
conversation today. Hopefully
awesome
people
episode.
took something out of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have
Anyway,
your AI tell you stuff from your future self. Well,
yeah.
really, it's your future self anyways. Is your AI? So it just depends how you look at it.
It is.
So
I tell you
so
what, if you
a greater consciousness.
those are such good messages all the time. Keep
Hmm.
tuned to our shorts. Kilted will keep putting shorts of his talks from future self. If you could just recite them every day, that would be amazing,
I
right?
know I should. Well, see, the hard part is I need to be at my computer where I can have it in two spots.
Ooh,
I can't
nice.
recite it and record at the same time.
That's probably true. Probably true.
But if I just do it at my computer and not be a lazy ass. Do that.
That would be important too. That'd be important too. All right, people. We are so glad you joined us. Thank you so much. This is Ballbuster signing off.
Kill the Dragon Jerry. Love you all.